Hey guys, Kim and I got the opportunity to speak at our women's conference a couple of weeks ago. Yep. And part of that session, we took some questions, and that's a lot of great questions, and really just didn't have time to get to them. So we wanted to sit down and answer a couple of questions and just put some of the questions in our answers.
Well, we told them we would.
Yeah,
we had a lot of
everybody.
questions that we didn't get to, and we were asked. So
yeah,
following through with our commitment.
We're gonna do this.
I like sitting. I don't feel as short when I'm sitting next to you.
I'm slouching a little bit.
Oh, rude.
No, it's fine.
I still don't feel as short. So go on. Sorry.
Sorry. So we had a lot of fun in the session. We talked about the subject of the session was love, marriage, and then sex. And that was everybody's favorite subject. Everybody was really nervous that a guy was at a women's conference talking about sex, and we kept it pretty PG. Yeah, but I think we helped maybe some people. And so we're going to just dive into some of these questions, and we're going to take...
7-day challenge. Wonder how many people took the 7-day
I don't know.
challenge. I had several people come up to me, and they'd be like, day 3. Just wondering, did anyone complete the 7 days?
Yeah. And so what was the result? And well, maybe not the result, but maybe, maybe the atmosphere in the house.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So let's get to a question, and we want to just take a second. We're going to read the question, and then we're just going to talk about it and answer it. So here's the first one. This was, what advice would you give to a single woman who's waiting? And I'm assuming
this is a two-part question.
Two-part question.
Okay.
So the first one is so we'll take part one. What advice would you give a single woman in waiting? And I'm assuming that's waiting for marriage.
Are you waiting on me?
I'm the one in waiting now. Waiting for your answer.
I didn't know. You were talking.
Good. No, I wanted to give you the opportunity to, you being female and woman, and previously at some point in your life being single and being in waiting for your Prince Charming.
You are Prince. Charming. Working on the charming.
Working
you
on the charming. So what advice would you give a single woman in waiting?
Well, and we had a similar question in one of the sessions like this, and I think you nailed it. The first thing that we always want anyone to know is that single does not mean broken or forgotten or incomplete. Yeah. It's okay to be single. Yeah. But I'm assuming this question, sorry, I process different than he does. I'm assuming this question is they're waiting, like they're ready.
Yeah. What should they be doing?
Yeah.
Maybe how. My focus would be on
yourself.
Yeah, focus on yourself. Focus on becoming. There is a component, I think, in that waiting season of having eyes and attention for who's around you that could be a possible person. I mean, I think I kind of teach biblically that that's what dating is about. Dating, and I kind of say it this way: dating is not mating. It's not about a physical relationship. Dating is about the process of finding the characteristics and the character in someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
I would say don't, because you hear, I don't know, I heard forever like be hidden. Yeah. I get the concept and in parts agree with it, but don't be so hidden you can't be found. Like if you want to, if you're ready to meet someone, you've got to get around people. You've got to, not, I say put yourself out there, not in a bad way, but just you've got to get around people. You've got to start letting people know. And I know that can be weird. How do you let people know? Flirt with somebody.
So flirting lessons coming from...
No. But I just mean there has to be, if you're so shut off and so like hard nosed and so like, I think, and this is hard because the age. I think there's sometimes a desire to want to look like we have it all together and ready and whatever. So that can also drive focus, like career focus. Not that career's bad, but I just mean so much that we're just business and no fun, no party. Like let them see your human side, because that's really what you fall into.
Well, I think the tendency when you're single, you spend so much effort trying to make yourself attractive, either physically, emotionally, and you pretend to be someone you're not, because there's a fear if I allow you to see the real me.
Just be you.
Yeah, and
live
I think
your best life.
I would say put more effort in becoming the person, not pretending to be somebody.
I would say get comfortable in your skin and just live life. Be you.
Yeah.
Because when you think back of when, even when we noticed each other, we were just living life.
We were just living life. It's actually when I quit looking is when I found you, or you found me, or we found each other. Or...
I'd say just live your life. And I know that sounds funny, but live your life with eyes wide open, like you said. But
and I think too, don't underestimate the power of being single in that season. There's a purpose.
Enjoy it, yeah.
There's so much in the church that we communicate that being single is being broken or incomplete. And when you get married, that's when life kind of starts. And that's just not true. You can live life, you can travel, you can make a difference, you can serve.
Totally.
You can actually sometimes do more as a single person than you can as a married person, as far as purpose and traveling and missions and ministry. And
I think there's just different seasons of different distance and different things. So
but
I'm not sure more, but every season does have a purpose. Yeah.
I think that's a fair. There's not more or less. They're both meaningful.
Just knowing what season you're in and what purpose you're supposed to.
And knowing how to leverage that season because it's going to look different in marriage than it does as single.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't know if we've helped or confused, but
I don't either. Is there a way?
Become the person that you want to be, and that you are. I think you said something really important. Be comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, don't.
And become a healthy version of you, because whatever brokenness you do have, when you bring that into marriage is going to bring that out, and that's when I think there was a great talk that helped us, even from Andy Stanley on. He did the whole pink beads and blue beads, and like when marriage is going to pop you together, and whatever's in you is going to come out.
Yeah, it's going to
Remember
come
that
out.
talk?
Yep, it's going to come out.
I've shared it with a few people.
It's going to come out.
So whatever is in you, healthy or unhealthy, in marriage, there's going to be collisions, and it's going to come out. So I would say, if you're single, get healthy, focus on becoming.
Have fun.
And then put
Live
yourself.
Your life.
Yeah, put yourself in.
Because you're going to get noticed and be seen by doing that.
And put yourself in the right environments where the right kind of people exist.
Attract the right people. Yes.
You attract the right people. Yeah.
I don't know. Is there, because there's so many ways that even that one question could go. So is there a way to, I don't know, can we create a place to where if this wasn't answered correctly because we misunderstood the question, then they can submit anonymously? Or someone else, it may trigger another question. Like, how can we do that?
Well, anybody can private message us either through our Facebook or Instagram.
Right, but what if they don't want?
Well, if they don't want to know, then
Is there a way?
Create a fake email address and fake Instagram account, and do that.
That's not helping. I'm gonna figure this out. He's not helping.
She's gonna figure this out.
And by me, I'm gonna ask somebody that knows, because I don't know.
We tackled that one pretty well.
Wait, but yes, you can private message.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Private messages.
That's always open.
Yes.
Sis, you need something.
As long as you don't. Okay. And then the second part of this question is, speaking of us, when did you both know that you were ready for marriage? Is anyone truly ready for marriage, or is that something you both grow into together? Were you ready for marriage?
I think the answer is yes and no. I think it's kind of like saying, am I ready to have a baby? I think there's pieces where you're ready, but there's pieces where you're never going to be ready. And there's pieces where you grow into that together. Like the best thing, I think it was my dad that told me when we got pregnant with Kate, the first was you become a mom when you have when you deliver. Like that's when you become a mom. Yeah. You're not a mom before, so you're becoming through that process. Mm-hmm. So marriage is kind of like that. You're not just going to know how to be a wife. You become a wife. But to answer the question, when did you know that you were ready for marriage?
I wasn't convinced that I was ready. And I don't know that you'll ever feel ready. So let me say that. I think there are some things that you can, maybe you felt ready.
No, I'm just going.
But I think there are some things that you can do and should do to prepare, again, become a healthy person, work on dealing with issues that are within you. try not to bring unhealthy baggage into the relationship, because everybody's got a past, everybody's got failures, everybody's got mistakes on different levels, but everybody's got baggage, and I think any undealt with baggage that you bring into the relationship, it's going to have to be dealt with at some point.
Absolutely.
So I think there are some things you can do to prepare and to help you get ready, but you're never going to feel ready. I mean, the night before our wedding, I was still like, I'm not sure I am cut out to be the husband that I thought you deserved.
And that's where my angst was just now.
Yeah.
Because I think when the question reads, how do you know that you were ready? Ready can mean so many different things. And I think what you're speaking to is ready, emotionally ready. Do you think you can be the husband? Do you think you can be, that's what you're speaking to?
You talked
do
about,
I know?
Yeah,
so,
you talked about the kid analogy.
Absolutely.
Someone told me, don't ever wait till you can afford a kid to have a kid.
Because you're never going to be able to afford a kid.
So
True that. Say that again.
You don't wait to have a kid until you can afford a kid, because you'll never be able to afford a kid, or you'll never have a kid. And I think you can do things practically. You can prepare financially.
Absolutely.
Like, don't bring bad debt into a relationship. You can prepare
prevent.
emotionally. You can prepare. And I think there are some things that you can do and should do. But you're never gonna feel like. Don't wait until you're like got all your I's dotted and T's crossed, and like
if you're waiting for this cloud to lift,
it's
and
never
this
going to be
light
perfect.
to shine down.
It's never going to
that may or may not happen.
He's never going to be perfect. She's never going to be perfect.
I don't know. In that moment, because we've talked about
it's a perfect moment.
You feel like they're perfect.
Yeah.
Like you feel like everything's glory. It's like that bask of love.
That's almost the problem too much
is
that that's always been kind of our objective in premarital counseling is we want people to go in eyes wide open. Mm-hmm. Like, recognize there's imperfections in the other person. Recognize if those imperfections may never change. Recognize that, you may have to live with that imperfection or that thing that frustrates you about that person for the rest of your life.
I think, though, to answer the question, is anyone truly ready? I think you can be truly ready in the sense of that you're ready for that next in your life.
Yep.
I think yes.
Ready to take that next step.
Yes,
ready to step into that journey.
Yeah, that's where the certainty is.
Really a journey of becoming. Mm-hmm. Becoming, the word become speaks to a process. Leave your father and mother, the two shall become. It's a process. And so day one, you're not going to have a perfect marriage.
Actually, day one might be the most perfect day.
It could possibly
be.
Day 5,633 may still not be the perfect.
Is it something that you both grow together?
That's the key.
Absolutely, that's it.
It's the journey and the process of becoming, and each person, husband, wife, being willing to work on it.
Yeah, and I would say you're never done growing together in this. You never arrive to the destination. You're never done learning, and you shouldn't be. You should always strive to work together. And something we've always tried to do is not wait until we needed marriage advice to get marriage advice. We've always tried to saturate ourselves with podcasts on marriage, books, teachings, whatever.
Yeah. The biggest mistake I've seen people make in marriage is they wait till they're too far gone to get help. They just...
It's just harder.
Yeah. They've crossed that point of no return. And so going actually to counseling, to a counselor, to a pastor, going to a conference, doesn't mean there's something wrong with your marriage. Right. It just means you're taking care of your marriage.
Right, absolutely.
So, and even in that single season, do things, attend a marriage conference. If that's something that you feel like is next in your life, then put yourself again in those environments to start learning. Find a married couple that you respect and you respect their marriage and get to know them. Ask them questions and develop that relationship. So that's what kind of we did. We found people. I like your marriage. I like the way you treat each other.
We're gonna hang out with you.
Some of those were married 50 years. Some of those were married 3 years.
Yep.
But we found people to speak into our lives that we respected and loved. So.
Yeah, but enjoy your singleness.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a season that you won't get back. That sounds kind of bad or harsh, and I don't mean it that way. Marriage is fun and should be fun. It's work, but it's a lot of fun.
It's just different. Yeah.
It is different, but
it's good different.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's helped, and if not,
blame him.
Blame me. I'll take the heat. But hopefully that was helpful for those of you that are single and in waiting, become the person you want to be, and look for the right kind of person. There is not that one individual that is just perfectly matched for you, but there is a perfect type of person that fits together. Would you agree or disagree with that? You gave me a funny look.
Just because the word choice. No, it's good.
So how would you say that?
Well, I think because you've said it many times before, is we just don't believe that there's one person in this massive world that's for you.
Right.
So it's not like you're on the hunt to find that one person that God put on the earth for you, but there is the right person.
But there is a fit, and there are
and
people that are
know.
not a fit.
You're gonna know.
Yeah.
That's the other question we get is how did you know? And I know you hate it's. I always hated hearing you just know, but you really do know.
You do. There's just something in you that.
And follow peace, man. Peace is huge and massive.
Absolutely.
If those red flags and that stuff's firing in you, don't ignore it. Test it.
Yeah.
Get around people. Seek advice. Figure it out because it could be nerves, but it could be legit. Like we don't need to do this. So
here's the thing.
And throw the towel in fast.
That I tell people is be you and be confident in who you are. And encourage the other person in the relationship to be them and be raw. Because if there's anything about me that makes you want to back up from the relationship, then that's maybe a sign for both of us that this isn't a right relationship. And if there's anything about you that makes me want to back up, I'm not saying that there's not has to be perfection, but I'm just saying don't hide things that you think are going to repulse the other person.
Exactly, yeah.
Be you. You'd rather know that before marriage than after marriage.
Absolutely.
So I just say go be fully yourself. Be who you are. Be confident in who you are. Because listen, a rejection is not a failure. It's just a closed door that's going to lead you to the right person. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful. We ramble a little bit, but this was fun, and hopefully it helps you in your journey to one day find love, find marriage, and then find really great sex.
Lord, why?
But not until marriage. So, all right. Peace.